Hello and welcome to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest as usual. We start with former Barcelona presidential candidate Victor Font, who have been talking about Barcelona recently and talking about Laporta's reign. The former Barcelona presidential candidate claims that his staff would have renewed Messi's contract. We are going to be discussing on everything Victor Font had to say. Then secondly, talking about this report claiming that manager Xavi wants Barcelona to prioritize two players in the transfer window. Who are these two players? We are going to be looking at that. So guys, as we get right into those stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a video. Give the video a like and make sure to watch the video right up to the very end. Barca, Barca, Barca. Former Barcelona presidential candidate Victor Font has said that he would have prevented Lionel Messi's departure last summer, as he believes he had a perfect plan in place that would have also allowed the club to reduce their debt. Messi left Barcelona in August 2021, joining Paris Saint-Germain on a free transfer, as Barcelona were forced, to cut ties after failing to comply with La Liga's salary rule. Current president Joan Laporta voiced his concern back then, saying that the league offered no kind of help whatsoever. Now, speaking in an interview with RAC1, relayed by Sport, Font has said that it was indeed possible for Barcelona to renew Messi's contract. The fact of the matter was that the elected board had no plans for him, hence they were forced to improvise, he said. "We are really concerned right now," said Victor Font. "We had a plan for the first 100 days to make changes, reduce spending, bring in strategic partners, retain Messi. All that would have allowed us to reduce the debt, not increase it to 480 million euros. We could have renewed Messi's contract. The club had no plan for him. Everything was improvised. He deserves to go out in style. From the moment he left, the club should have been thinking how Messi can return to Barca in 2023. Speaking of Laporta, Font publicly criticized his actions as well as his board of directors. He said, "When you improvise, you don't have a plan and you are not transparent. You make mistakes without meaning to, and you have a problem. Entering the club without having a plan was suicide. We are seeing constant turns. This is not fixed by giving interviews. We could reach a situation where the ownership model is in risk. We are there. We are here because of all this." Shedding light on his interview on Xavi, Font had nothing but praise for the manager. He said that he is the right person to lead the project as he has very clear ideas. He said, "Xavi will take this club forward because he knows how to work and has clear ideas. He is an asset to the club. I celebrate as much as anyone that the people running the club now coincide with what we thought. It is a shame to have lost this month, but we have to congratulate everyone for the fact Xavi is finally leading the sporting project. We will see changes in the first game. I have spoken with him about football and it is a delight to listen to him. That's only happened to me with him and with Guardiola. It will be a more recognizable football. Wingers staying wide, pressing high, winning the ball back as quickly as possible. There won't be miracles, but we will soon see the football we identify with," he said. On the other hand, he also spoke about what's happening with regards to the transfers and contract renewals. On Ousmane Dembele, he said the Frenchman has had no commitment and that he wouldn't really renew his contract. On Robert Lewandowski, he seemed pretty optimistic, while also saying that Gavi's contract will be closed too. So those are the words there from former candidate Victor Font, of course giving his own ideas and criticizing what he thought is not right so far in the Laporta's administration. Of course, you can remember Victor Font was also one of the favorites leading the race last year, but unfortunately for him, he did not win. So he's still talking about the Messi exit, saying that he could have retained him. Actually, the truth is, one can say if that was that could have happened if he was the one in power as president of the club. Most of the things he have been. This is not the first time he's coming out to criticize or say something that would have been different under him as president. But of course, we all know it's easy to say some of these things when you are not there, and you just feel like things were far better. Things could have been far better if he was the one in charge. But that could necessarily not be the case. Many things he have been opposing to the Laporta's management, and the only thing that he really goes with when it comes to agreeing with Laporta's management is the fact that Xavi was appointed as manager, and Xavi is leading the sporting project at Barcelona. Everything have been handed to Xavi to take control of. We quite remember even the transfers, the targets, most of them are being spearheaded by Xavi because he has a project and he has made it clear that he wants to lead Barca into that project. So let's see what happens. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. After 2 seasons spent in transition, Barcelona have to prove their mettle next season. However, their current squad is far from ideal to pave its way against the top dogs in the tournament. As such, they need to go hard and fast in the summer transfer window. While there are several players linked to Barcelona, Xavi has asked the club to prioritize 2 before all: Robert Lewandowski and Jules Koundé. The report from AS says that Xavi and sporting director Matteo Alemany had a meeting where Xavi clearly relayed to that he needed the signing of Lewandowski and Koundé done quickly. Alemany too conveyed to Xavi that it was next to impossible to make any signings until the club had officially sold their assets in the form of 10% of the TV rights and 49.9% of the licensing and merchandising. The sale of the broadcast rights are expected to bring in a sum upwards of 200 million euros, which can help the club, end the 2021-22 season with profits. However, to clear up debt, they need, to bring in closer to 460 million euros, which will likely include the sale of an important player. Frankie de Jong is a leading candidate for that position, with his move to Manchester United edging closer by the day. Barcelona have already signed Andres Christensen and Frank Kessié, but transfers such as those of Marcos Alonso and Cesar Azpilicueta will be much more difficult. Barcelona have been too sluggish when it comes to their targets, and just recently by Fabrizio Romano, we just got a report of Rafinha being close to a move to Chelsea. Chelsea want to pay the full transfer fee, the asking price that Leeds are demanding, and that comes as a big disappointment. I think Xavi himself will be very, very angry about how slow and about how things have gone so far. And that is the more reason why we need to act as fast as possible for the other targets. So Xavi according to this report, Xavi is prioritizing 2 players, Koundé and of course Robert Lewandowski, and I've already voiced out to Matteo Alemany so that they can do it as soon as possible. Let's not still do the same mistake. But unfortunately, the response from the board is that Barca must sell the TV rights. They have not sold any of those assets, so it is understandably so difficult for them to even consider making a definitive move for any of those targets. And hopefully they sell those assets as fast as they can, because I've been getting reports of 10% prepared to be sold for the TV rights. Hopefully they do, because it will be this week that they say they have already gotten an interested company for that, and they are expecting that the deal will be done to bring in at least 200 million euros, which will go a long way to help Barca to start going for their targets strongly. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you did enjoy the video, and also hope you did subscribe. Until next time, bye bye.